Could you live off of $5,000 a month? Could you put yourself in a position to be able to provide with $5,000 a month? What can $5,000 a month do for you? First off, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys think you could live off $5K a month? And what I want to touch base on in this video are the different financial positions that you can be in. You've got 3 different types of financial positions. This is at least how I map it out. So one of them being financial freedom. Second being financial comfort. That's 2. Third being financial survival. This thing's stabbing me in my throat. So based off 5K a month and off the position that you're in, where you're at, where you're living, your financial liabilities, how old you are, where you're looking to go in life, your position with 5K a month is determined based off all those things. So let's put out a couple case scenarios. Let's say you are under the age of 25. You live at home. You have your own car payment. You have your own insurance to pay. You're buying your own food. You have no rent. This, I would say, is a very comfortable financial position to be in because you're going to be sitting on enough money at the end of the month after all your liabilities, all your overhead and everything to at least be able to reinvest into a business, invest into stocks and invest into crypto, whatever you guys want to invest in. And from there, you should be able to start off any sort of venture. You can invest into building a brand, whatever it is. The issue lies where most people understand the financial position that they're in and they get comfortable. Hence why I say financial comfort, because you're in a position where you're not stretching out for money and you're able to provide for yourself the things that you want to buy for yourself for the most part. Obviously, there's stuff that are out of financial reach when it comes to, let's say, going out and buying a new car or whatever it is. But for the most part, you guys are very financially comfortable thinking that you don't need an excess of money on top of what you're making because you're in a position to be able to provide for yourself. And what that does is it puts you in a mentally comfortable position that doesn't prepare you for the future when you are going to take on those financial liabilities. It puts you in a position where you have the ability to save up money, and that's what most people do. If you're making $5K a month, and let's say you're, after all your overhead, you're left with maybe $3,500 a month, and you put all that money aside for, let's say, 5 years, you're going to be sitting on, what, 15, 20 grand or whatever it is. And in that position, you feel like, you know what, you might be able to go out and put a down payment on a house. Let's say you buy a $250,000 house, and you're putting down 5 to 10%. You might be able to do that, but then when it comes to your monthly overhead, you're in a position where you can barely provide for yourself. So this financial comfortability puts you in a very tough position mentally, and most people don't understand that because you guys don't need anything on top of that. So this puts you in a position where you guys are not ambitious enough and don't want to go out and chase more. If you guys are going out and starting a business and you're at this point within your business, I would say this is a very, once again, comfortable position to be in, because to go from 5 to 10 to 15, $25,000 a month, honestly, I'd say $5,000 to $25,000 a month within your business is relatively the same thing over and over and over again. Once you reach that 25K a month goal, this is when you start to expand, you start to bring on team members, you start to bring people on to help you, and you have to start managing this operation as a whole. And that's how you go from 25 to, let's say, 50K a month and 50K to 100 a month. So at that position, 5K a month is a very good place to be at if you have confidence in yourself, you have the ambition to continue to grow your business. 5K a month working a 9 to 5 and 5K a month within your business and organization are 2 very completely different things. However, you're still in a very similar financial position. Now, when it comes to making 5K a month from a 9 to 5 and being in a position where you have to provide for yourself, I would say that's financial survival. And being in this state, and most people don't understand that they're in this state because they're capable of paying all the bills that they have to pay. But just because you pay all the bills that you have to pay doesn't mean that you're in a position to be able to provide for yourself. If anything were to arise, you don't necessarily have the money or the income on a month-to-month basis to put aside to go push and take yourselves out of those financial debts. So at this point in time, it becomes very difficult for you to be able to then provide for yourself, because you go into these financial debts, and that's when you start reaching out and trying to find money or pull money wherever you can find it. This is where you start to overextend yourself, pick up shifts, and work overtime to be able to make that money and take yourself out of those positions. Now, if you're not in that position, but you're able to, and mind you, financial issues come up all the time. So it's going to come a time where, you might get a flat tire. It's going to come a time where you know, your car has an issue, you have to replace it, or you have to get it fixed, or whatever it is. Those times are going to arise, and you're going to have to figure out what to do. Now, let's just keep it very simple and factor out those external issues that might transpire. You're making $5K a month after your rent, after, you know, water, electricity, food, insurance, car payments, the 1 to 2 additional things that you might have to buy every single month. After all those different things, you could easily gobble up $5K a month, especially if you're on your own, especially if you don't have anybody else there to help you provide, put things together, and this becomes difficult. And this can easily touch your ego as a man, and this is what potentially puts a lot of men in stressful and depressing situations. And that's why you guys have to have those deeper ambitions. And ambition, I don't think it's something that you could teach. Ambition stems from having the drive to being a go-getter, to being a hustler, to always want more for yourself, to always want more for the people around you. I've put myself in so many positions, and I've done so many things over the past 6 to 7 years that were just very humbling experiences that allowed me to grow into the person that I am now. And you guys have to be able to keep that mindset and maintain a mindset that is healthy and allows you to always strive for more in life, and allows you to keep yourself in a positive state of mind, in a good mood, because those are the things that are going to tear you down. At what point do you guys want more for yourself? I see a lot of people going out and making that $5K a month and feeling very comfortable with it, and because they're comfortable with it, when it comes time for them to need more, you guys are reaching for money. You can't be in that position, and you guys are saying, shit, I should have sat back during the time that I had, and during the time that I had, I should have taken advantage of it, and that would have allowed you to be in a completely different position. Don't waste your time now not doing things because you think you're in a good place and you want to have that peace of mind, and because you have that peace of mind right now doesn't mean you're gonna have that peace of mind in the future. Obviously, you have to plan ahead, but you also have to plan in the present. What can you do in the present that will dictate your future? Anything that you do today will dictate how you are tomorrow, how you feel tomorrow, what you look like tomorrow, from a health perspective, from a financial perspective, even from a relationship perspective. If you are not consistently checking up on your people, those relationships are gonna fall apart. And so don't allow yourself to, one, be comfortable. And a lot of you guys out there, and I'm speaking to you guys because nobody in your life is going to tell you this, because a lot of people praise the situations that you're in because they feel like you're doing better than what they were doing, or they feel like you're doing what's right. Just because it's right in somebody else's mind doesn't mean it's right for you. Your ambitions outweigh the ambitions that other people see for you, outweigh the goals that other people see for you. Yes, be happy and give yourself gratitude for what you've accomplished thus far, but don't put yourself in a position where you're always giving yourself a pat on the back and giving yourself the opportunity to remain comfortable and in a position where you're not striving for better. It's very easy to fall into that state of mind because the way that this generation is, financial comfortability is okay. Financial comfortability means success for a large majority of people because you're not struggling. Even financial survival could mean success for people because you're not homeless or you're not in a position to not be able to provide for yourself. And you guys have to be able to have the ability, especially if you're younger, have the ability to just snap out of it and make those changes now. In the future, when you guys are picking up overtime shifts and you guys are bending over backwards, working 2-3 jobs, trying to find side hustles, freelance work, and whatever it is to be able to provide for your family, you guys are going to remember these days where you were sitting on the couch watching TV and had the opportunity to just slack off because you were financially comfortable. And you're going to be telling your people, oh yeah, I remember back in the day I was able to do everything and be able to do this for my... Don't put yourself in that position, man, because you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it big time. A lot of this stuff, once again, isn't difficult to do. It's not hard. It's just work. It's just a matter of setting your mind to it. And it's a matter of always wanting better for yourself. If you're making $5K a month right now and you're working a job, figure out how you can replace that income with a side hustle, because being able to do that is then going to put you in a better position. If you enjoy the job that you're working and you're making $5K a month, figure out how you can maybe put that money aside and allow it to grow and multiply. Because you putting that money aside and allowing it to grow and multiply is going to put you in a position where you're going to have a foundation to lean back on. Don't ruin your foundation trying to have fun. Don't use that money trying to enjoy the rest of your younger years. You could get rid of the fun now and alleviate your and hold off on having the fun now so that you can have fun for the rest of your life. And that's personally how I see life. So when it comes down to if 5K a month is livable. It's definitely livable. It's definitely a comfortable position to be in if you're a young business owner and you don't have any financial liabilities. But long term, it's financial survival, man. You can't live like that. Think about a large majority of the population. On average, most people only make 60 grand a year, 70 grand a year. And they also have all these bills to pay. So because of that, and you knowing that, if you really look into the details and really figure out what the average household makes, what the average human makes, and then how the average human lives, most people are miserable based off their salary. So don't put yourself in that position, man. And yeah, with that being said, this is how I'm gonna end off today's video. So let me know, once again, in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys are struggling with. Let me know where you guys are at, what your goals, what your aspirations are, and I'm gonna be able to give you guys some feedback on how I think I can help you guys get there. All being said, man, with that being said, this will bring us to, once again, the end of the video. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.